Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Liam, and today I'd like to invite you to a couple of play-alongs that I'll be hosting, I suppose, this year. We had some great fun with Sundial Games Quest Calendar last year. My favorite part was knowing that there were other folks playing along as well and getting to share even just a little bit of those similar but different experiences. It reminds me of days of yore when television shows only aired at certain times on certain days. It made it very easy to connect with folks over shared interests. So that's my aim here, find something periodical to do on a bit of a schedule that we can all do on our own and then come together every so often to share how it went or what we discovered, things we liked, things we didn't. The adventures this year will be a little more complicated, so I think this is a great segue into a little bit deeper part of the tabletop role-playing hobby. If you've only experienced choose-your-own-adventure style games like last year's Quest Calendar, these could be a nice next rung on the ladder, so to speak. So here's what I have in mind. There's two. First, where did I put it? The Calendar of Many Adventures. This is the only thing I'll talk about today that isn't free or pay what you want. I picked this up on Amazon for $17, I think. Inside is a QR code to download the digital maps and quests for free from DriveThruRPG. If you're not interested in the physical calendar, you can buy the same digital content directly from DriveThruRPG for a few dollars cheaper. I'll put links in the description for all this stuff. Either way, I can't open the calendar because inside is the QR code, but you can see some of the maps on the back here. Inside here are 12 maps and short encounters or scenarios maybe that go with the mat. They're created by probably the most popular battle mat creators. Loki, I think is how we say it. Loki battle mats. The monthly scenarios are not meant to go together necessarily. They're meant to be able to be dropped into other campaigns or adventures, but I'm going to see if I can thread them together. There will be some challenges there, but I think we're up to it. What are the scenarios like? They are just a few pages each. I've read the first one, and this is the mat for it. Well, it does three things I would never do. One, it's got a very board gamey feel to me. I'm a theater of the mind kind of guy, but that is probably going to be the nature of these. They are encounters with the purpose of using a specific battle mat, so we should know what we're signing up for. The second thing they do I wouldn't do, and this is a spoiler alert, there's a few doppelgangers. Designers seem to love sprinkling adventures with doppelgangers. So much potential, right, for surprises and twists when you find out your party member isn't who you thought they were, or that kind of thing. I hate doppelgangers. So much potential for frustrated and upset players, but doppelgangers aren't the most egregious part. I have two rules with movies and TV shows. If a show violates either of these, I'm out. One, make me watch someone vomit. Two, have it all turn out to be a dream. This adventure has one of those two, and yet there was enough about this first adventure, this is the map for it, that makes me want to try it. I realize I'm not selling this very well. For now, suffice it to say that if the adventure can do three things I strongly dislike and still have me wanting to try it, there might be something really great here. They are written for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, but I will be using Shadowdark. Specifically, this is the printed version, but I'll be using the free Quickstart set and the free Solo Dark rules. There'll be links again in the description, so you can pick both of those up for free. I'll be using those so that we can, if you're playing along and trying to learn how to do this stuff, I'll be using the same stuff. Shadowdark is a streamlined and easier to learn RPG than D&D. Kelsey Dion, the designer, wanted to keep all the good stuff of older versions of Dungeons and Dragons, but add some more modern features to make the game more accessible. People seem to love the system, and I've been wanting to try it. I know of one feature that feels a bit gimmicky to me, and I'll probably not use it, but we'll talk about Shadowdark more in another video. Okay, that will be play along number 1. Play along number 2 took a bit more digging, but I'm excited with what I've found. This is a pay-what-you-want monthly zine, so to speak, made by an indie developer called Druidic Habit. Hexplorers Guide, because the map, it's called the Hexplorers Guide because the map uses hexes, as is common. He actually started this last June, and now he's working on the 6th issue, so it's monthly content. There is definitely more to explore here than in the calendar, but I don't think it's too much to handle in a month. Each zine covers a new region. This one is the Veiled Peaks. It's got people, places, secrets, and things to do. It's not written for a specific system, but he mentions several. He recommends, and the one I'll be using is Cairn. I have not used Cairn before, but I've read through the very short rulebook, and I love it. I created a character, Mr. Borid Glass, who is a former gravedigger. I rolled him up randomly. More about him in another video. Cairn is free. I'll be using, this is the first edition. There is a second edition, which is also free, and also a great many number of more pages. So, I have some other things I want to do with the channel this year, but I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible in case folks wanted to play along. It's probably too early in this channel's life to try to do this. With just a few hundred subscribers, there may only be 2 or 3 of us. But for me, over the last year, those few folks who I knew were playing made all the difference. So do please post in the comments if any of this sounds interesting. If you know of folks who might be interested in this sort of thing, please share. There's always room for more on our adventures. I'm going to dig first into Shadowdark and the adventure calendar, and that will probably be my pattern this year. Loki calendar adventures at the start of the month using Shadowdark, and Druidic Habits Explorers Guides with Cairn throughout, with some other stuff sprinkled in for fun, I hope. That's all for today, so we shall say goodbye for now and visit again soon. Until then, keep your lanterns lit and your hearts warm. Thanks for watching.